Alright, we are back. And Trins, we need to go check out that oil. Because, it ain't oil. I also need to see if I can find the book. So we can get the exact coordinates of where in the hell I'm pumping and make sure that I'm in the exact right spot, because that's confusing. Because we are getting oil out of it. Not that I'm complaining. Oil is nice, but... Dude, seriously, where's the book? Why did anybody trust me with a book?
What are you asking me for?
I don't know. Because nobody should have trusted me with a damn book. It's seriously not in here, right? There's no book in my inventory. No, there is no book in my inventory. You know, if I threw it in a dump chest somewhere, she's got it gone somewhere. By the way, we did do a little bit of testing, and asphalt can now be collected if it breaks. There's now, if you break it, there's now asphalt stairs.
Speaking of asphalt, I'll tell you how to turn the FOV change on.
Oh, yeah, you said if I go to options, accessibility, FOV effect, turn that shit off. It's not in there. There's a book. There's a 9 iron over here for some reason. I'm not asking. Hey, Ether. Oh, we can literally make a brand new one. Junior, you ain't got it. No, Junior ain't got it either. I have no idea what I did with this damn book. Ether, did you steal my book? Okay, without the FOV effects, this definitely seems good. Now that it's not jarringly throwing me into a different FOV and making me feel all weird. This definitely seems about right speed. Hid it in my other pants. What other pants? I don't wear pants. Oh, and the tank works. He fixed the tank. I got it working. We've got 254 buckets of oxygen in it. I just basically ran pipe down from there, and then this one goes up to the old tank. So the old tank is just our working buffer over here. And then the one downstairs is the one that does all the work. And because of that, our aluminum can run again. Carbon dioxide can get dealt with. And so can the rutile. We're actually up to 484 titanium. We can start smelting that up soon. Alright, let me grab this. And there's a prospector. Where is the... Wait a minute, did I throw it in one of these? I have thrown a few things in these random barrels up here. Which apparently everything I've thrown in there has up and disappeared. Imagine that.
I have an idea for you, Bear. Stop throwing things in random chests.
Oh, hey. Apparently I printed more than what data we had. I can reprint the book. So I need leather. Finally got rid of that obnoxious join chat message YouTube forced you. Got rid of that obnoxious join. I have no idea what you're talking about. I didn't know YouTube had an annoying one. I don't doubt it. YouTube has a thing with being annoying. But I didn't do it. Okay, so assembler with glue will make my book. And we should have one of those right here. There we go. Alright, you ready to take a walk on the wild side?
Yeah, it's just been myself a chainsaw.
Okay. Let's rock and roll. Look at that. Welcome to my own private hell. It says you welcome to live chat. Remember to protect your privacy. Follow the community guidelines. Really? I don't think I've ever seen that. This is where we're going to end up having to put some asphalt right here. Get us through this crap. Except, you know, rails. We will need rails.
Yeah, otherwise we'll go flying off into the lava.
Yes, Spiker, it is intended that Twitch is offline. We only do this testing on YouTube. Not enough interest on Twitch. But howdy, Spiker. How's it going? Nope. None's broken. Alright, so ran that out of power. But we can fix it. We've got 64 things of oil just sitting there. And 1554 in there. Throw that in there and it should start back up. If and when it has, room to put more stuff. And there's a hole all the way down to bedrock. I didn't try breaking it, and I'm scared to try breaking it.
Yeah, I haven't really tested that yet.
Okay, so here's the book. It says X480 Z926. So 480 is right here. I need old man numbers. I need bigger numbers. 480 is right here. And what did I say it was? 926? 926 is right here. So, like, right here.
So,
480, 926. I'm standing on it right there. And it says natural gas. There's the book. Is there a chunk change and I'm just an inch over it? Or what? Is there a way to
it
see
should be in the same chunk.
Yeah, there's a chunk for things.
No, the controller itself is in another chunk, so maybe
It's not a chunk thing. How do you do the chunk thing?
F3 and G.
F3 G. So I might have put the controller one too far ahead. Well, if the controller's in this chunk, which, did you do this by chunk? Because it's supposed to be like 3x3 or 5x5 chunk area. They're supposed to be pretty large.
But it could be on the very edge of that area.
Yeah, I get that. Alright, so let's take this back. It did set, right? Yeah. Raw data. Alright, let's run back and go try this out. I gotta turn off this chunk shit. Why do we not just have... Oh, because we're using JI, not NEI.
There's a add-on called more overlays that adds that stuff in.
I thought we had more overlays in here. Fucking NEI is just there. We need to get that at some point. It is probably a bad idea to leave a wooden barrel in the nether. I'm just saying. Might not be my wisest of ideas. Sounds like a fire hazard. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. There's Junior and I was supposed to go shooting at a friend of his house today, and apparently when his friend got home from school, his stepfather set the fucking yard on fire. How do you set your yard on fire?
Very good question.
Alright, scan this bitch. Which takes fucking forever.
Only about a minute.
At least it's not as bad as the, I still want a PDA, damn it. This book shit's for birds. I know, that'll probably take a lot of work to figure out how to do a PDA. But I want a PDA. I want something like this little hand scanner that I can right click and it'll bring up a GUI and you put the fucking thing in a slot and it'll read out the data on the fucking screen. We need more paper.
There's some in this work table.
Is there?
Yeah, I'll have one.
Book system needs some localization fixes since the fluid and amount is not localized. Oh, yeah. Is that something you can fix? Wasn't it like that in GT5 though? Wasn't it unlocalized in GT5U too?
I just have to figure out how to properly turn that into a localized. Problem is that I have to turn it into a string. So.
Okay, it's been fixed, but it was an issue in GT5. Okay, so the new book says, yep, liquid light oil. 625 liters.
So I guess apparently based off the controller, which probably not good. That should probably based off the where the barrel is actually located. Right.
Yeah, but is that something you can do? Have it set off of where the pipe is instead of the controller?
Yeah, I just have to make sure to get the proper data from the resistor. That's all.
Okay.
Hard.
Okay, but yeah, it definitely should, because if our pipe is in one spot, but that means we can move it and we can get natural gas. But the oil would probably be better once we figure out what's going on with this stupid thing. We still got to figure out what's up with this stupid thing. Because that carbon's still not going through there. We also need to start sending this through there because we need to start putting this petroleum coke together. But I may just bring a packager down here. We might make a packager and just do it here, to be perfectly honest. Because there's not a whole lot of reason to send it upstairs just to send it right back downstairs. Because we're going to burn this in the boiler over there. We can implosion compress it to petroleum coke. No. Stop it. Just stop it. Why? Why does anybody ever think that's a good idea?
I need to add that to the...
I know, this is can be a thing. You gotta tell it, no, stop being stupid. Yeah. Add that to the list. One thing in GT6 that we can do with that is it also needs to be put in the list of is carbon, because I like to use it in my chemical reactor for making titanium. You can throw it in there and let it get used up. Same with the aluminum, which here we have it in a nice loop-de-loop, so it's not an issue, but over there I don't have it in a loop because I need carbon for other things. I just put the petroleum coke in my titanium, but it should be in the list of is carbon. Just like regular coke dust should be in that list as well. Compressed oil turns into a solid. Sounds right. Yeah, pretty much. Alright, so multi-smelter is working. We finally figured out what its bug was and got that fixed. So we can now smelt stuff over there. What else do we have for our cryo distillation tower? What else do we need to make?
I was working on the casings last time.
Alright. So if you want to finish up the casings, I'll get the power for it and start working on the inputs and outputs. We still got to figure out this rendering thing because these things really need help. Alright, before I start doing that, I need to look at nitric acid, ammonia and oxygen, water, nitrogen dioxide, and oxygen. Nitrogen dioxide is just nitrogen and oxygen. So we can take what we get out of there and make nitrogen dioxide. We don't have to go through GT509's ammonia thing as the only way to get it. When we go to hard settings, that's something you'll probably want to change, because that was one of Bloody's big things, was having to go through ammonia to get nitric acid, which I hated, to be perfectly honest. Nitrogen dioxide, water, dioxide. Okay, why is this? We need to figure this out. Nitrogen dioxide and water makes nitric acid and nitric oxide. But if you give it oxygen, you only get nitric acid? Why?
So, without the chemical reactor recipes, something I recently did is I enabled both the simple and complicated recipes at the same time, so that we could, go through them and figure out stuff that should go and stay. Stuff. I think there's just getting rid of the complicated chemical reactor recipes completely.
Nitric oxide. Now in GT6, it gives you nitrogen monoxide, not nitric oxide. Is there a fucking difference?
I don't think so.
Okay, so Junior just got back to me with why he set the yard on fire. NO2 versus NO. That's what I was thinking. But is that even a GT5U thing? Because you couldn't do, if I remember correctly, nitrogen and oxygen.
Fair. According to Wikipedia, nitric oxide is also known as nitrogen oxide or nitrogen monoxide. It's the same, just a different name.
Six, 3, and 1, or 9 and 3. This is really confusing, though. Why would you do... Because to get the nitrogen dioxide, you have to do nitrogen and oxygen together. Or nitric oxide and oxygen. So you're just going to be sending it back in. Let me bring up GT6 for a moment. And we'll look at the way Greg does it in GT6. And then I can bring up the other one. But I know in GT5U, the way you got nitric acid was with ammonia. And with ammonia, you need to distill fermented biomass to get it. Or I don't remember this one, but that's HV anyway, so I would have never done that anyways. But that gives you acetic acid, water, ammonia, methanol, ethanol, methane, and carbon dioxide. We will be doing this one eventually. With our plant balls. We'll be putting our biochaff into a pyro loose oven and getting biomass. But apparently we can do this for now. And that'll give us our nitric acid that we can mix with our light fuel and give us nitrodiesel. Then you also have the biodiesel that can also do it. And there's our beautiful aquariga that we need for platinum group sludge. So we're going to need lots and lots of that. And see, this puts out nitric oxide. I think that's supposed to... You wrote these recipes though, right? The aquariga ones?
Yeah. That is nitrogen monoxide. It's just a different name. It's what name that GTI already used.
Nitric oxide equals nitrogen monoxide. Well, it's fucking weird. It's not what I'm used to. Alright,
Yeah,
GT6 is up.
don't blame me. I was already named that when I start working on this, so I don't feel like remapping it.
Yeah, I agree with Hetherin. Maybe rename it. It's something that we're used to. It's been nitrogen monoxide forever. Why they decided to change it, I don't know. Alright. GT6. Bear standing in a tree is on its way. Oh, not standing in a tree. Why am I not in a tree? Anyways. Nitric acid. Excuse you, I don't want that. Recipe. So this is what we always do early on for getting nitric acid is potassium nitrate or sodium nitrate. And I don't know that you even have this as an option over here. Soul Sand Centrifuge gives us saltpeter. And a little salty peter can go a long way. With naphtha will give us polycarbo. What the fuck is that? I have no idea what that even is. I've never heard of it. Is this something from GT5U or New Horizons that I don't know of?
I think it's from GT5U. I remember a while back I went through all the chemical reactor recipes and illuminated that weren't from GT5U.
Well, if it is, it doesn't have a fucking use. Unless there's a plate recipe I can do something with. Polycraponite rubber. It's not polycraponite rubber. It's polycaprolactam. Whatever the hell that is. And there isn't even a plate for it. It's got a nugget, an ingot, and a block. You blockhead. But anyways, this is what I'm used to for making nitric acid early on. Is saltpeter, sulfuric acid gives you nitric acid. It also gives you potassium bisulfite, which you just electrolyze down to potassium persulfite and hydrogen, and then this you can use with water for this is how Greg did potassium bisulfite in GT5 or in GT6 instead of GT5 way, was you got potassium persulfite and you just mix that with water. Because you literally cannot get that down to the potassium, sulfur, and oxygen, because Greg tried to remove a lot of the straight electrolyze all the things recipes. But anyways, motherfucker. So here's the way Greg does it. It's nitrogen dioxide and water. Ignore the fact it's distilled water. You can use any kind of water. And it gives you nitric acid and nitrogen monoxide. And it's 9 to 3. And it gives you 10 and 2. And then the nitrogen monoxide has to be mixed with oxygen to give you nitrogen dioxide. but you can and so this you just loop nitrogen dioxide and water gives you back a bit of nitrogen monoxide. So that should be very similar to this. Not that one. This one. 9 and 3 gives 10 and 2. That's the exact same recipe. So other than this being named weird, it's the exact same thing. So I still don't know where this other one came from. I don't know if this is an old GT5U thing. But now that I see we definitely need a use of saltpeter. That, does something.
Mm-hmm.
We can make gunpowder with it still. But that was, even back in GT4, that was, well, GT2, GT4, that was our way of getting nitrogen to make nitro diesel, except we actually electrolyzed it to get the nitrogen here. But I would definitely suggest adding this recipe, especially since we have the roaster, having the sulfuric acid and being able to do this would be a good idea. And then you can give, since saltpeter is sodium, is saltpeter sodium or potassium nitrate? Sodium nitrate, right? I do believe so. No, potassium. KNO3. Yeah. So we can use that for potassium bisulfite. You could add this entire chain here. Do you have persulfite bathing in here? There it is, sodium persulfite. Yeah, here you use sodium persulfite, which is made with sodium, sulfur, and oxygen. And see, we could do that the other way, so you wouldn't have to go from base chemicals. You could have sodium and potassium and just use that. So I would suggest maybe adding that in from GT6. To give us another way of getting the nitric acid. And the other thing is fine. Alright, let's go back over here. And I'm actually going to go look up what the fuck this is. Wait a minute, that ain't it. Where'd I find that weird thing?
Saltpeter.
Saltpeter's how I found it?
Mm-hmm.
There it is. Polycapro. Cap, not crap. Cap. is nylon. Apparently that is nylon. So what in the hell are we going to use nylon for? Alright. Nylon 6, or that is a polymer, in particular semi-crystalline polyimide. Fuck off. Unlike most other nylons, nylon 6 is not a whatever, but instead is formed by ring opening polymerization. This makes it a special case in the comparison between condensation, additional polymers, history synthesis can be modified using homonomers and stabilizers during polymerization, introduce new chain and in functional groups. Let's see. It was discovered in the 30s to reproduce the properties of nylon 66 without violating the patent on its production. Also succeeded in synthesizing nylon 6. It was marketed as Perlon and introductional production. Losing phenol as a feedstock. At first, the polymer was used to produce coarse fibers for artificial bristles. Then the fiber quantity was improved. Germans started making parachutes, cord for aircraft tires, and towing cables for gliders. Soviet Union began its development of an analog in the 40s while negotiating with Hitler on building an IG plant in Ukraine. Basic scientific work was ongoing in 42. Only started in 48 in Klin. Got its hands on the 2,000 volumes of is a tough, processing high tensile strength, elasticity and luster, wrinkle proof and highly resistant to abrasion and chemicals such as acids and alkalines. The fibers can absorb up to 2.4% of water. All this lowers its tensile strength. The glass transition temperature of nylon 6 is 46. As a synthetic fiber, generally white, but can be dyed in a solution bath prior to production for different colors. At present, polyimide 6, significant construction material used in many industries, for instances in the automotive industry, aircraft industry, electronic and electro technology industries, clothing industry, and medicine. So it sounds like, to a basic idiot, that we could use this in place of, if you wanted to keep this shit and give it a use, we could use it in place of carbon fiber for that one board but that wouldn't be something we would do in this version. This multi-layer fabric reinforced circuit board and the fiber reinforced circuit board. We don't need it in this version, but in the harder recipes, we might be able to use it in place of carbon fiber to give people another way of getting there. But this doesn't sound right for making it, because that said it should go through phenol. And we have phenol. Right there is phenol, which makes bisphenol A with acetone. And then that makes our epoxy and salt water with sodium hydroxide. So I'd have to go and look and see if I can figure out exactly how it's done. But I would definitely, for the easy versions, take that shit the fuck out of here. The easy version has no use for that crap. Which, speaking of, the easy version also needs to talk about this. This needs to go the fuck away for the easy setting. We need to bring back the throwing carbon in a wire mill and making raw carbon fiber, not having to do this whole palladium, platinum, lutetium bullshit where you, at least in this one, you don't have a chance of losing your shit. So I'll give you that one, but this is just dumb. I never liked that. Anyways. Having to put 1 unit of platinum to make carbon fiber makes no sense to me. I can look it up if you want me to, but that was never a thing in GT5. That was a GT5U 09 specific change because Bloody wanted to make it harder to make carbon fiber, to make it harder to get nano suits. We don't have nano suits. Unless you're going to add us nano suits, I don't really see why carbon fiber needs to be harder, especially in the easy version. In the harder version, sure. I absolutely understand it being in the 09-esque version. But I would rather do something like what Greg did, which was just give it its own special machine that you have to make it in. Except, you know, Greg used Ender Air for that. I don't know that that's something you want to do, is add different airs to different dimensions. And in GT6, you can make all the carbon fiber you want, but you have to go to the end first, set up an air vent, collect Ender Air, bring it back, put it through your cryo distillation tower, and get xenon and krypton, and then make lasers out of those, which is just a simple crafting recipe. You just gotta put the shit in the fucking glass electrified container thing, and then those make the nanoscale fabricator, and that's where you make your graphite or your graphene, and then you use that to make your carbon fiber. That's how Greg nerfed it, which was a whole lot less stupid. I don't understand the whole I didn't understand it back then either when Bloody did it, why we had to waste platinum on it. Now, granted, if you're going for iridium and osmium, which if you're playing GregTech or a derivative of it, you absolutely should be going for iridium and osmium. They're essential for endgame stuff. You're going to have platinum coming out of your ass. But I disagree with adding platinum into places it doesn't belong just because you have shit tons of it. Just like I disagreed with cobalt pipes and wrought iron pipes just because I have a fuck ton of it. That's what replication is for. Which I'm pretty sure you have GT5 style replication in here, right?
Kind of.
Yeah, you have UU matter, which is made from UU amplifier. UU amplifier is made from... Yeah, see, if it's GT5 style, but you can still use the same stuff to do it. Though we do need to look at some of these, because like silicon for an amplifier giving you 28, I understand it. That's its chemical mass. But silicon is so easy to get from just sand. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, this is what you should do with the excess shit you have laying around. Is just throw it in to make UU matter so you can then use the UU matter to make other things, which I don't think you have a replicator yet, do you? It exists. It just doesn't show the recipes. And like osmium dust. Yeah, I don't see the recipe. I don't think the replicator recipes are written yet. So we'll have to get into that eventually. But they should give you out, you should have to take the osmium and put it into a scanner or whatever we're discussing here. Whatever element you want, you put it in a scanner, you scan it, it takes fuck tons, it eats it, and it gives you a data org. It gives you one of these with data on it. And you can't use the data stick for it. You have to use the org. The expensive motherfucker that we can't even make yet. We need a recipe for the data org. And then you put that into the replicator and that tells it what it's going to do. That's the GT5 way of doing it. GT6, Greg uses a fucking USB. And actually has a whole hub that you can store fuck tons of them in and just use a button selector. Way more bullshit than I think you need to deal with. I don't think you want to go down that whole rabbit hole of bullshit that Greg did. It's nice for GT6, but it's a little excessive. I can show you if you want to see it, but I'm doing it in fucking XAR's base on the server. I'll take your ass on the GT6 server and show you there. Or I'll go on and stream it to you. If anybody wants to see it, go look at the base tour. New Horizons Platinum Group sludge processing. You're gonna love that. Have you seen what they did in... Oh, give me a second. In GT6 U. Give me 1 second here. See if I can find that base tour real quick for you. And Francisco, I'm not ignoring you. I'm just not reading at the moment because my brain is stuck. GT6U. Here it is. Copy that. Paste. Go check out that and tell me how much different from that it is. Because that's what GT6U added. And it's going to be changed in GT6X, which is the add-on that's taking the place of GT6U. He decided the guy in that video that I'm doing a base tour of his base is making GT6X because of all of this bullshit that he did in his base in GT6U, and there's parts of GT6U that him and I agree we love, and there's parts of GT6U that just pisses us off. Like the very last step of that processing for Platinum Group Sludge, they actually made you use cells in a GT6 machine. And that was just, like, horrible. Greg did so much work to keep you from having to use cells. We have been working our ass off here at GTI, so you don't have to use cells. There's tanks in machines, multiple tanks, so you can just pump the fluids in and not have to use a fucking cell, because cells are annoying. And then they go and put them back in GT6U, and I was so pissed. Am I supposed to be working today or talking? I'm doing a lot of talking. I ain't done shit for working. Muting this so I can check it out. Okay, go for it. Love the asphalt block effect. Apparently we have somebody with a jukebox not far away. Is he in our basement? No, she lit this basement up good. I don't know where the hell he is. Knowing my luck, it's probably a guy down there. It sounds like it's coming from that direction now. So he must be back there in that hill somewhere, maybe. Oh, that's you, you ass! Fuck off, dickhead. Got me all looking around thinking there's a mob nearby. So, have you figured out what you're doing with the issue with the sodium yet? I seen this recipe here. Did you just get rid of that recipe for the sodium persulfite, or the sodium hydroxide? Remember we had the issue with the tiny...
Yeah, I haven't figured that out yet.
Okay. You could just add that recipe to the large chemical reactor only and use nitric acid. Use the, if you want that one, you have to make the large chemical reactor. And otherwise, you just make the nitro diesel this way with the nitric acid or glyceryl trinitrate, which is carbon, nitrogen, and water, or glycerol and nitrogen mixture, which I really have to sit down and go through all of these. But you've got biodiesel and nitric acid here for making nitro diesel. I don't even see the one that, I don't remember what that is. Fish oil? That's the one that gets me there. Yeah, it's methanol. Methanol and fish oil will give you biodiesel. That was the issue. So if you wanted to turn methanol into biodiesel, you needed tiny sodium hydroxide. But yeah, you could just throw this into the large chemical reactor only if you want to turn your methanol into biodiesel. Because you have ethanol. And honestly, I don't know what the difference is. Because this was actually, I have to load up GT5U where I haven't fucked it over with putting in the other one, because they had that whole cetan boosted diesel, which was nitro diesel. And from the way this looks, you can turn seed oil and ethanol into biodiesel and glycerol, and then turn that biodiesel into nitro diesel. And that just seems weird. Because ethanol and biodiesel is basically the same thing, just a little different. It's different, but it's not. It's like the difference between gasoline and diesel. One of them has to be combusted, the other one has to be ignited. I'm back. I think that chain is a yoinked chain from New Horizon Pack, just edited into GT6 machines. Well, when did New Horizons do theirs? Are you sure it isn't the other way around? Because that's been in GT6U for at least a year to 2 years. And I can't say that one is copied off of the other because it's kind of just the way it is as far as I know. But sometime this week, I'm going to sit down with the chemical reactor and we're going to have a talk. I'm going to go through the chemical reactor recipes, see what all there is, and see what we should have and shouldn't have enabled.
Yeah,
and,
actually, I actually just made a change to GTI that I'll show you whether a recipe is a complicated, simple, or always enabled recipe, basically. Because you know how GT5U had the complicated, simple config or chemical stuff?
Yes and no, because I never changed it to simple. But I know it existed. To me, if I wanted the simple shit, I went and played 08. If I wanted the complex shit, I played 09. And if I played 09, I wanted the hard shit. And but yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yeah, what I did is I made them both on at the same time. And then just added a way to show in the recipe whether it's a complicated or simple.
Okay. So when I go through it, I'll basically say this should be complex, simple, or leave it the fuck alone. And I'm going to have another option for that video, which is going to be delete this stupid shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like that nylon 6 shit recipe using, yeah. Saltpeter. Got it. But yeah, I'll go through all that shit. It'll probably end up being a 4-hour fucking video. I might stream it in the afternoon where I can get some of the other technical folks to help me, but I'll basically just have this GT509 and GT6 up, and I'll try to make it understandable of what the fuck I'm going on about, but you know how I get into my rambling, so no guarantee. Okay, cryo distillation needs to be MV. Focus, asshole. We're trying to work here. Trying to actually get something tested, not just you stand around running your yap for 20 fucking minutes. Did you steal all the aluminum?
Well, it's in the
Oh, wait a minute. I don't need aluminum.
you know,
I just need
it's in the
this.
semi system.
Okay. And I need a couple copper cables, which we don't have any copper cables. I know we do. I just gotta come and grab them. Matt, they might have grabbed it straight from GT6U. I'm not saying they didn't. Or from New Horizons. I'm not saying they didn't. Because that was kind of their MO, was trying to get GT5 stuff into GT6 with other issues. Like their weird let's change solar crap. Okay, so there's our input hatch, or we need an input hatch, and we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 output hatches. I'm just going to throw all that.
Now it's a barrel. Output stuff into.
You did what to who?
The multi-smelter now is a barrel that outputs stuff into.
Oh, cool.
We'll probably end up moving this furnace now.
Yeah, we probably can do that. We're probably not going to need it anymore. We need to get a pipe set up from here going up to drop off these small dark ashes from when we make steel too. I gotta change those filters up there.
Oh, speaking of filters, there's a new setting in them.
Oh, there is? What's the new setting? Oh, you're talking the single filters. Yeah, I seen that. Not 100% sure when I would ever use it, but I did see it. So we now have filter on both export and import. I'm not touching this because I'm not changing it, but you can set it to filter only the import or only the export. Yeah, I seen that. I'll have to play with that a little bit. I don't know when I would ever use it, but sure. It's not as bad as what GT5 originally did, so... Well, GT5U. GT5U, the filter only worked going one way. It didn't work going the other way, which was a major headache. I remember trying to test that shit, and it pissing me off majorly.
Also, speaking of pissing you off, I still want to somehow get GNH floating without magic so I can watch you do stuff with it.
It should be easier to do once Etherin gets done with his switch over to Bear's Den Edition. We already have it on our GitHub. So that might make it easier if you go check out the thing that he sent over there. They're just not working on it at the moment because they're waiting on some chess thing, I think. And apparently Impact has now done it already. So we can also, one of these days, check that out and see. Do we not have glass already made? Yeah. Glass is up here in this thing.
What Impact do?
Apparently that Impact pack that Junior won't acknowledge exists. Apparently they're using New Horizons now and have taken it to no magic. No, we are waiting on the multi-tile entity system to be a workable state and not corrupting your world on use. Well, that would be a good thing. That would be quite nice of you to wait for that to get working. I approve. Hi, my name is Bear, and I approve of this message.
Are you running for president now?
Yeah. Apparently. Some political office. I don't know if it's president or not.
It could be president of Bearston.
I'm already a dictator. Why would I want to lower myself to president? I'm already the Bear's Den dictator. I think it's less of a dictator and more of a monarchy. Kind of like the weird thing that they have over there in the UK, where they have a parliament, they do everything that way, but if you ever do something too stupid, the Queen can step in, or King now can step in and go, no, we're not having that now. That's kind of how this works. I'll let you motherfuckers have your say and do things the way you want till you do something too stupid, and I have to step in and go, oh, no, we're not having that now. Bad monkey. No biscuit for you.
I thought the monarchy in Britain was just mostly ceremonial.
1, 2, 5. It is, but it isn't. They treat it that way, yes, but the monarchy still has say over every prime minister. The prime minister basically has to get okayed by the monarchy, and they still have veto power over the parliament and the prime minister. So they can step in. There's some kind of ceremony, if I remember correctly, where basically the prime minister has to take the new laws to the monarchy and submit them to them for approval. And then they, right now, they, for the last however many decades, they just, just sign off on them. But they do have the power to step in and say, no, we're not doing this. They don't enact that power, but they do have it. It is still written into their whatever the fucks. We can send you a world-corrupting version if you really want it. No, I'm good. Thanks. All right, so I've got my part done. We got the fluid input hatch, we got the energy input hatch, and we've got all the output hatches in, just waiting on you to get, I think it's one block up there.
The structure's done, I'm pretty sure.
I think you're missing the center block. I'm pretty sure. Unless you popped it in there in the last few... Fuck you, you did. Asshole.
I did that a while ago. I finished it a while ago.
It was open when I put the first output in. Ow, there's not stairs there anymore. We need a rail there so Bear stops doing stuff stupid.
I made that same mistake.
Ah, hey, look, it works. Alright, so now we need the air vent. So, craft us up an air vent. We need a pump and 2 iron plates. And you get to make the fucking pump, because fuck you and making pumps. Bear no make. I hate pumps. And then we can turn that bad boy on. I'm going to go ahead and work on getting it wired up. That. And I need to find this bitch. Damn it, I need a slower drill for in the factory. This motherfucker eats. Alright, so that's our HV there. So if I do, yeah, our line is right here of aluminum cables. I should be able to come off of that line right here and run over there. And I'll do a 4X as well. I probably should change that over to an 8X there. So we need one 8X and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Probably 8 more. Hopefully we have that much aluminum. I don't know that we have that much aluminum because we really need the autoclave to move a bit fucking faster. We need a multi-block one, but getting the multi-block one means we're going to need advanced circuits. Well, more advanced circuits than what we already have. Why are there bricks in here? Bricks do not belong in here. This is not a dump chest. Wool does not belong in here. This is not a fucking dump chest. This is dump chest. This is where the garbage goes. Alright, stainless. Go ahead and make 2 stacks for right now of plates. Okay, we need this. And one of these. What did I do wrong? Oh, wait a minute. This is... What the fuck am I thinking? Obviously, I'm not thinking. I need that.
Do you have any bronze food pipes? Any bronze?
Probably not. We've got 6 anneal copper. We have no bronze. I can make you some though. But I'd rather make Invar fluid pipes though. What are you sending through it that we can't put through plastic?
It's for the pump.
Oh, you actually need it for the pump. Okay. Well, let's try this annealed copper thing and make sure you got that working, right? Yes, I do believe you did. Yep, that works. Hey, there's 4 bronze right there. There you go. Okay, the hell was I doing? Oh yeah, I need a MV casing now.
I have your pump.
Okay. And I will get 2 iron plates made so we can make an air vent. 8 of these, 2 of those. Where's the pump? That's going to take a week. There's our air vent. Here's my casing. Oh, good thing to know you can't put this on the face, because I just tried on accident. Alright, now can we put this directly onto here? No. We can put it there, but it does not make air. Well, wait a minute. It took a second, but there we go. That works. It's kind of weird you can't put it on the actual input, but it works.
That's because the actual input is basically that's a
Face.
yeah, cover, basically. So you can't put a cover on another cover. That would be weird.
Coverception.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's that. So let's go get these placed. And I do know I need at least one 8X, so let's get that made. Oh, I was thinking about it the other day, too. The smelter. What's your feelings on making the LV one basically a low heat? And basically changing the recipes as they go up in tiers. I'm not saying full on GT6 where you have to have fucking tungsten in the damn smelter, but an LV smelter not being able to do things like melting down tungsten would make sense. You have to have something higher tier.
What, talking about the ally smelter?
No. The regular smelter that
turns.
No, the smelter. You added this thing.
Oh, that you're talking about that. Yeah, I was confused because
Yeah.
Anything.
I was thinking like needing like HV or maybe even EV before you could actually smelt down things like tungsten.
Yeah, I could probably do something like that. I'd have to figure it out, but
And like the LV would be like rubbers, plastics, similar to what Greg did with the low heat extruder in GT6. So you could do your very basic things: tin, copper, aluminum, rubber, plastic. That you can do. You can melt down in the LV, but then if you wanted to do like iron, steel, titanium, you'd have to have the MV. And then if you want to do stuff higher than that, HV was kind of my idea. Okay, fuck, why'd I come over here? Because I'm running my mouth and not my brain again. Big issue with those two things not being able to work at the same fucking time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fuck, I need to be up here so I can see what I'm doing. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Should be 7 of them. I also need to get this automated into there so I can stop having to manually shove it the hell over there. Fire in a hole. Boom, and he blows it up. And it's running. There you go. We now have a cryo distillation tower. We have helium, neon, argon, nitrogen, oxygen, and carbon dioxide. Oh, did you add a vent thing? A valve. No.
What's that?
A way to put gases back into the atmosphere.
Well, so basically it's a kind of like voiding but for gases and the idea.
Yeah,
right?
it's voiding but for gases only. In GT6, Greg actually allows you to put a tank next to it, and you can use the valve to put excess fluids into a tank from a pipe. Basically, the way the valve works in GT6 is that if the pipe is ever completely full of a fluid, gas or liquid, it'll void the contents of the pipe when it's full. But basically in GT, if you either come up here or look at the screen, in GT5, this is how we do it. And it's really, really stupid. I just want a way to do this. That is less stupid. We don't need all the carbon dioxide, So we're keeping what we need and we're venting the carbon dioxide. It works. You can literally just do that. But it's fucking stupid. I would prefer that there is just a valve that you can put on that motherfucker and it will void it. It just says, go back and become more of the air. Because we're not going to need all that CO2. And I may even start doing that with some of the oxygen as well. Stop contributing to global warming. Don't give me your propaganda bullshit. I'm not buying it.
Also, this is Minecraft, so who cares?
Exactly. Greg thinks I'm supposed to send all my water to the end because the fucking Endermen like it, so if I can do that, fuck it. Okay, so now that we have that, we need to look into this. We want to make charcoal in the Pyrolysis oven, but we want to make charcoal with nitrogen instead of nothing. Because we want charcoal byproducts. And the only way to get charcoal byproducts is with nitrogen in there. And then the charcoal byproducts is going to give us wood gas, wood tar, and wood vinegar, which are all going to be ran through the distillation tower, which is going to give us methanol, ethanol, acetone, water, acetic acid. Yeah, a lot of these are going to be on that list of things that we really don't need in the simple shit. Like, what in the fuck do we need acetone for? That makes your bisphenol A, which makes your epoxy. And did the epoxy ever get used?
I haven't done the circuit thing yet, so...
Okay. So we are going to need this eventually for that. So we can do that for that circuit. So I guess we do need phenol. We have to look at this though. Small quicklime dust. We ain't got a way of getting that. Calcium acetate solution. What the fuck is that? There isn't even a way of getting this shit. Give you small quicklime. Carbon dioxide, acetone, and water. I don't even know what the hell you would get calcium acetate solution from. So we definitely need to look at some of that shit. Like, I love this in the distillation tower, but I don't know what we need a lot of this shit for. That's a way of making glue without having to use rubber wood to get your glue. Polyvinyl acetate. Vinyl acetate and oxygen. Oxygen, ethylene, and acetic acid will make that. Acetone. You can distill into methane, apparently. And whatever the fuck this shit is. And that makes tetranitromethane. And we can use that to make nitrodiesel from biodiesel. So that's another way of doing that. Alright. Is that its only real use? It looks like it. So, acetone and acetic acid and ethanol. Alright. So that, and that, all we found uses for. Methanol, we can just burn that shit. Or we can mix it with acetic acid to make that stuff. And then we have this recipe that's currently broken and we need to look into. Ammonia and methanol will make the whatever the fuck. Chloromethane and that will make that shit I'm not trying to frickin' say, which has no fucking use. I love when we run into shit that has no fucking use. Hydrochloric acid and tungsten, we're going to need that soon, but we should have other ways of getting that. We can just do chlorine, water, and benzene. We can do chlorine, benzene, and that. Chlorine, methane, and hydrofluoric. Sulfuric acid and salt. That's your way of getting it. And right there's sodium bisulfite that we were already talking about. So the salt and sulfuric acid recipe is in here that gives sodium bisulfite, but not the nitric version. So we just basically need the nitric one. And then this in here gives you sodium, sulfur, hydrogen, and oxygen, which you would then have to put the sodium and the oxygen back together to give you the sodium persulfite. So I would much rather the breaking it down to sodium persulfite, and then you can mix that with water for the persulfite bath. And then if you want to stick with the GT5 thing of being able to get everything down to its element, just add a persulfite recipe in an electrolyzer for if you have too much of the shit and you want to get it all the way down. But this will be how we get our hydrochloric acid in the beginning. We also have hydrogen and chlorine. That's actually not the way Greg does that. Greg actually does it with water and chlorine and gives you oxygen back. I'll look at that when we do the chemical stuff. Propene and chlorine gives you allyl chloride and hydrochloric acid. Chloroform. Yeah, I'll go through all that shit. See how I'm feeling tomorrow. Maybe I can get that done. But I want to see if I can actually get this thing to run. So, charcoal byproduct. We need a integrated circuit set to 4. And we need nitrogen in there. Now, the circuit. Do you actually put that in the inputs hatch, or do you put it in the controller?
What's the input hatch?
Really should go in this little slot right there.
Oh, so controller slot doesn't count as like a recipe slot, so...
Oh, no. That's a control circuit. That's controlling what the controller does. Controls the recipe, so it really should go right there.
You know, I'm saying that the way recipe works, it's a pain to do it that way because the slot that's in there is not a doesn't count as an input slot for the recipe, so
Well,
I'd have
make
to do
us
something
another
special.
circuit. Make us another number 4 circuit. I'm going to try this out. Take that out. Put that in. Take that out. Take a couple of these. Shove them in there. I'm going to keep jumping off there until I put a wall. Alright, I'm just going to grab a drum for right now. We need to start making nitric acid out of this as well. Okay. That's helium, and I just stole that out of there on accident. Say what now?
What should I use for the wall for that area?
Oh hell, I don't know. Something. Do we even have helium down here yet? I don't think we do. Holy shit, we got a lot of lubricant. Methane, butadiene, propene. Yeah, I didn't think we had helium down here yet. Alright, well, we need to start getting these tanks done so we can get that stuff out of there. Can't you just turn the controller slot into another input, but... Oh, Etherin's talking to you, Turns.
Maybe I have to look into it. If you think about it, I probably couldn't just do that.
Turn it into an input slot and blacklist it to anything but circuits. So
Yeah,
people aren't trying to put shit in there that don't belong in there.
Yeah, though. So one thing to note is people would still be able to put circuits in the hatches.
Well,
So they have no control.
Fine. I didn't have an issue with that. Yeah. Okay, so that's our output hatch. Did we not put an input fluid hatch on this? Should be at the top anyways, right? If we did. So we're going to have to make one of those because we don't have one. If we did, I don't know where I would have put it. So let's make one real quick. Hey, he's making a wall. Keep my dumbass from jumping off. We're going to put it back here. That, like that. Okay, it's on.
I had a thought, Bear.
Huh?
I had a thought.
What's that?
Concrete. I mean asphalt.
Up through here?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to make some more. We still got to figure out what we're doing with this ugly ass thing that is jutting out of into my wall. Here, I've got 25 more concrete and your evil stairs that make me take damage. And there's tons down there we can make. Oh, there she blows. It's running. Just want to see the charcoal byproduct come out of here. There it is, charcoal byproduct. 2.1 buckets. Alright, so now we need to get that into Distillation Tower. So we need to get the other Distillation Tower done. Which this one is already done. This one is for our refinery gas. And I do believe it is complete. Got an energy hatch. Structure says incomplete. Fluid output hatch. Well, that doesn't go there. Yeah, this needs to go one higher. Because it has to be 5 above the bottom. Well, that ain't gonna work. Man, he needs to make this wrench fucking put this shit in my inventory and stop dropping it in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Fluid output hatch goes there. Turn that way. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more of those. And then we need the input hatch. Which technically I can just steal some off the other one too. Okay, that'll be the input hatch. And you know what? Just give me... Take that back. Give me a stack of that. You know, if we take out this furnace, I can put the saw over there in its place.
Yeah, we should do that.
And probably make a MV one while we're at it. Although I really should be using the extruder, to be honest. Yeah, the cutter only uses 4. So, 4 EU a tick. So upgrading that to an MV wouldn't be that big of a deal. Okay. So we want... We're going to put that there. We're going to put the input hatch here. And that can go down like that.
Heavy stone dust.
Tons. How much can I sell you? Upstairs, above the ore washer, there's an entire fucking barrel of it. more than you'll ever fucking need. Is it a max size or bear size container? It's a mass storage. It's currently holding 44,000 stone dust. Because I don't think we can turn stone dust into gravel yet. I don't know if he's adding that. If he ever does, I'm making it into gravel. Something wrong with those numbers. They look too small. Yes, they do. I know. It's because of the way that he renders them. Like, if you look at... Let me go back upstairs. He doesn't render each one in its own spot. Because if you look, when there's 3 digits, it's bigger. And when it's 2 digits, it's even bigger. But as it gets, the number gets larger, the digits get smaller. It needs to render each digit in its own thing. That's why there's little boxes right there. He's not ready. He's not. That 2 should be in that box. The 3 should be in that box. And then 4, 4, 4. That's why there's those boxes, but he's not rendering them that way.
Because it's a ESR, it's not a... Honestly, I don't really understand the rendering stuff still.
Yeah, that's why I haven't complained about it. It's rendering, and I know rendering is like one of the hardest things in fucking coding is getting the rendering shit right. So, I ain't complaining about it. I'm just saying it's something that you need to look into eventually.
Also a lot harder in this version, just 'cause stuff got more complicated. Apparently, like 1.7 looks quite a bit easier.
Okay, so that should now be done. And it is. So now we can get our refinery gas in there. And we need to fix this one. This is going to be for the charcoal byproduct, which we're going to put it here in the front. Right there. And that means we got to get this one higher. Check this out, and it pops into my... Doesn't pop in my inventory. Yes, I'm going to complain about this every time I have to jump inside a distillation tower.
Actually, would you like to keep complaining about it? Because that way, if I do end up forgetting about it, you'll complain about it and I'll remember again.
Mm-hmm. That's why I keep complaining about things. The only way to get people to remember shit. And it works well. Except with Greg, because with Greg, I swear, Every time he hears me complain about something, he moves it down the to-do list. That's why drills are never getting done, because I've complained so many times, he's moved it into like 2196 is when it'll be done.
So you stop complaining about drills and
I stopped complaining about them about a year and a half ago, but Ethrin has taken up the mantle and continues to complain about it. I literally, I stopped complaining like 2.5 years ago because I complained for a long time, and then I decided about about 2 years ago now, that I was going to go for like an entire year and not say anything about them. I was going to have a silent protest. I was not going to make them, but I wasn't going to say anything about it. I was going to continue to use pickaxes. And I did that for an entire year and never complained about it, and still didn't fix them. So then I finally went, you know what? He's just not going to do it. So I just started making drills, and I have a workbench in GT6 that is my electric tool graveyard. And that's where all of my dead tools go to die. And if he ever does something, then I'll have them sitting there. Suggestion from that dude, is there a way to make machines that have recipes with more than 3 fluids to not occupy multiple? Oh. Yeah, that's already supposed to have been happening. It shouldn't be happening, and fluid should only go into one tank. Yeah. Well, my suggestion is stop using fucking AE2 crap. That's my suggestion. Trying to get people to stop using that shit for everything is never going to happen. As much as I wish it would, it'll never happen. Add all the shit in here you want for... we need a mass storage. Do we have a mass storage upstairs for sulfur?
yeah, we do.
Well, then we need to pipe sulfur upstairs, because our tar has completely filled up this barrel already. Just took a look at the GT6 code for the number rendering and found how he placed the numbers. Yeah, but can it be done the same way in modern Minecraft? That's kind of the issue. But go into GTI and post your results. Hopefully it's something that he can replicate here. It's just a texture overlay. Can you do texture overlays here?
I know it's really complicated here because models and all that kind of stuff.
Can you show Ethrin in the code how it's done here? Maybe he can help you figure it out. How to make it work?
I mean, maybe. Not.
Whoa, we have asphalt. Oh, shit. Yeah, I kind of forgot about that. Oops. Excuse me, pardon me. Batman coming through. That does not go into there, which is good.
Oh, I made a bunch more asphalt. I'm still making more asphalt.
Yeah, I noticed we have a shit ton of it out there now.
Can we replace that wooden path with asphalt too?
I still got to get on here. I swear I'm going to get on here one of these mornings when I have nothing to do and work on that road. And now that we have asphalt, I can use it for it.
I'll just leave asphalt in the chest and land you with it then.
Okay. So we want to go there. So now I need to go from there to there, and we don't have bridges here. So I'm going to have to go under that fucker. When do I get my bridges? Okay. That is now hooked up. There's a charcoal byproduct. Why working? Oh, because that's an HV recipe, you jackass. Not an MV recipe. Well, that's a thing that I forgot. Oops. We'll fix that. Dude, there better be feather falling on. There is not feather falling on these boots. I need to put feather falling on these fucking boots. Takes so much damn fall damage just bouncing around this place. Give me this. Shit. Well, we're gonna find out if he got that fixed. Just a minute. I just made a stainless steel wall that I don't need on accident, so we want to see if we can. We sure as fuck can. I reject your idiocy and tell you to start over, dumbass. I hate when I do that. Oh, you're doing all the rest of the steel walls? Why do we have so many steel walls around this place?
Crazy accidentally made those, I think.
Hmm. Okay, that. And two of those is that, and I can do this in my inventory. Alright. Oh, and I need the powers. The cable. Alright, let's go hook this up and get this bitch running. Alright, so you go there, you go that direction, you go there, and you don't blow up. Thank you very much. You go there. Now you do a thing. Why you no do thing? Oh, you know why it doesn't do a thing? Because it doesn't have an item output. Dumbass. Fix your shit, stupid.
By the way, Bear, there's a bunch of asphalt and a chest next to the
Okay.
mixer.
Okie dokie. I don't have any wood in there. We do have wood over here. Give me that. And we need a output. That way, thank you. And we'll put the output here. Now this bitch better run. And it runs. Run for the hills, motherfucker. Alright, so we got wood tar, we got wood vinegar, and we got wood gas. So now we just got to get the rest of these done. So we can start inputting all those into these and distilling these. So this one is a 4. Fluid output hatch. I need this on top. And then just a lot more stainless steel. Ain't this thing supposed to turn off when the output hatches are full? We're completely full of oxygen and nitrogen. This thing's still running. I was kind of expecting it to shut off like the regular distillation towers.
Weird, shouldn't be running.
Can you smack it with a hammer and tell it to shut the fuck up a few? So we're not just voiding power at this point.
You know what, Bear?
Hmm.
No, I've been running on asphalt. Find that suddenly running around the factory is slow.
Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely a thing after you get used to it. I have the same issue with when I play Vault Hunters for a while and then stop playing Vault Hunters. I feel like I'm crawling speed. Because in Vault Hunters I have 4 times speed for getting through the vaults quickly. Alright, you get to dig out that brass pipe, since the wrench doesn't put shit in my inventory. It's down here. Right there. See it down there? I'm gonna go do an old man break. You figure out how to get that out. Oops, that was the wrong one. Try that again. Alright, I'm back. And by the way, I never did finish what I was saying earlier about Junior's friend's stepdad and trying to burn down the yard. Here, those are all yours. For when you make pumps. Except you
got
need
the big
normal
thing.
ones, don't you?
Yeah, it needs normal.
So
They're small.
he burned down the yard because he didn't want to mow. So he figured just burn the grass, then it won't grow back and you won't have to mow it.
Sounds like really dumb because doesn't he realize that grass prevents erosion?
Well, you'd think that he'd know that grass fires, spread quickly. Apparently that wasn't a thing he knew either.
And also, why would anyone want to look at your dirt yard? It's just ugly.
They're out in the country. Nobody's
Also
going to be
be
looking at
muddy
their dirt yard.
in the rain.
Since they're out in the country, I'm guessing it's not anywhere near their house. We used to do the same thing with ditches up in Ohio. But you're smart enough to do it in a controlled manner where you basically cut an entire line alongside the ditch, where you basically remove all of the grass right alongside the ditch, and then you burn out the ditch, and that way they don't have to try to mow the ditch. But you do it in a controlled manner.
Seems like you didn't think this through before you did it.
Apparently not. Apparently thinking it through was not on his list of things to do that day. What the hell are you doing?
I don't know.
Why is part of the oxygen pipe missing?
It's a good question.
Why did you take out part of our oxygen pipe?
I didn't do that.
That's supposed to be going to the roaster so we can roast things. I blame you.
It wasn't me. It was already like that.
I don't know how it's your fault, but I'm blaming you. Now I completely cannot get into it because all the other pipes are in the way. Okay, we'll fix that later when we actually start using it. Which is hopefully going to be sometime soon. I thought I just did a whole bunch of these. Did you move the stainless plates over here? No.
No.
I swore I put a whole stack of them in there. Let's get 2 more stacks. I need to figure out how I'm getting this upstairs. Unless I run it through the side of that, which is probably what I'm going to end up doing, to be honest. But I'm going to go ahead and run some of it upstairs. Or, you know, throw it in the fucking hole. That's always an option.
Where's our crowbar?
Probably up my ass. I typically keep it in my backpack. Give me 1 second. And for this stuff, no, you did not give sulfur a bird value. Okay. There's crowbar. Or chat. There you are. There you go. Oh, you want to take the thing off the furnace. Makes sense. Let's see.
Oh, that's a problem.
It's gonna go in from that side, it's gonna come out from this side. What's the problem?
Somehow I duplicated the upper cover on the machine and breaking it.
That's the problem. Definitely sounds like oops. And should probably be fixed. We're gonna see if we get this to work. How would one go about getting this from here to there? Oh, mother. I'm gonna have to do this. Shouldn't be walking through here. Anyways, and I'll fix it so we have a way to walk up over it, I guess. And nope. Still not working.
Well, for one, there's nothing on that side anyways.
I just seen it. That says no target. Why does it have no target? Did you break the one in the nether? No, it's right here. Now it has a target. Was this never loaded? Well, that's a problem. No, it says force loaded. So, does it not? Why did it not stay loaded? If the force loaded thing is on, why was it not loaded? That one says no target. What the fuck is going on with these? Why do they keep saying no target? Yeah, it says no target. I have no idea.
There's one over here saying no target too.
Yeah. But once I went in the nether, the one in the nether then said it had a target.
I think the problem might not be tripling, but rather how target is being set properly.
Okay.
So, because that should have a target.
Yeah, this one says it has no target. But the one in the nether does, and the one... But then the other one in here doesn't say it has one. So, we'll have to work that out. You'll have to work that out. I ain't got a fucking clue. I wouldn't know the first thing about it. Scooch booty over one. Go. Alright, get these made up. See if I can get those distillation towers done. I don't know if we need quite this many, but it's a start. Definitely need a lot more stainless steel, though.
It's gonna be a lot. Just got 2 more after this one. Get these into higher.
And then a whole lot of pipe work. Why do you hate updating Java? I hate that we have to have a different version of Java for like every version of Minecraft here lately.
I have 3 different versions of Java on my computer.
I think I have 4 right now.
I have Java 8, Java 17, and Java 20.
I have 8. Maybe that's what I have. 8, 17, and 20. I was thinking I had another one too, but I don't remember. I might just be an idiot. Okay, so we need a fluid input on this one.
Recording on Chromium.
Not a problem. We got tons of stuff up there. I just got to get it. Ran into the electrolyzer.
I mean the redstone.
We have ruby dust up there.
Oh.
I just don't have it automated down to the electrolyzer yet. We have 1351. So we've
All right,
got
November. How much rubies? The rubies comes from redstone. That's right.
Yep. Yeah, I don't like that. I'm gonna have to do it though. What is this right up here? Calcite, pyrolucite, quartzite. Yeah, I really don't have a choice. Unless we go out and around through the wall. And I might end up doing that.
Well, that's a huge mess of pipes.
Yes. Yes, it is. Alright, we're making more chromium. And aluminum. Okay, this one needed the input. So we'll get the input. Okay, so these three are going to go to these three, and there shouldn't be a solid, right? Charcoal byproduct, wood tar, no solid, wood vinegar, no solid, wood gas, no solid. Okay, so we can just do the input right there. Okay. So which one of these is the 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. This one is going to go with that one. Alright. Now, this one is a 6. This is a junky bitch.
What's the tool you used to set the storage to not? save, whatever. Was
Do what now?
what's the tool you use to make the item storage not save? Zach.
Wire cutter? No, that's output overflow. Screwdriver? Filter resets when empty. Yeah, screwdriver. Okay, so that goes there. I'm going to do that for all three of these. So we're going to run this pipe down and right across here for all three of those. And then we'll just filter them.
Oh, by the way, here's your crowbar back.
Thank you. Alright, so I just need to get the outputs. That's a 6, and that's 5. That's 11 outputs I need. Okay, so we need 6 times 8. We need 88 more casings. Ish. That's a lot more fucking a lot more fucking stainless steel. Shit.
I don't think I'm making more.
Yes, yes it is. Cause we gonna need fuck guns. Yeah, that'd be a little easier to walk around back here. I'll make some more later. Alright. That. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I missed this one up there. Shit. There we go. Oh, I can't reach bitch. That's what we need for that one. And then we're going to need one more for over here. There's more plates. in there being made in the vendor.
Mm.
There we go. Just a matter of getting the stainless in there for each one. And I'll be ready to go. There's just a lot of stainless. And we are going to have to look at low power. Once that blast furnace gets moving, we start losing power. He's talking to you. Something about your shit being slow.
I mean, that's because Cradle is a upkit project. Because I have submodule, and there's submodules within that submodule. Cradle is very performant when it comes to stuff like that. Kind of sucks, but not really much I can do about it.
Ah! About 11 more, I think, and that one should be done. Oh, you need jet? So I was worried about. We might want to change that one. Like Greg has in GT6. Fucking walls takes a 24 instead of a 4. So you don't have that issue.
Okay.
Why is it making walls now? There's not a circuit in there.
I just took it out. There was a circuit.
Three, 4 more. That's that one. Now we just need 7 times 2, 3, 4, 5. 36 more. That was 36 times 6. 216. So I need 3 stacks and 24. So 14. Okay, that'll take care of all of that. And we just need to get the frames figured out. Which that'll do 11. Yeah, I'll do 11. So we need 36. So 25. So 50 more stainless turned into long rods. These barrels are having a render issue. They're not updating again.
Hmm.
We need to get that moved back to get burned up. Alright, it's 10 o'clock. Train should probably be getting the hell out of here rather soon. And we don't have shit left really to get done besides wait on stainless steel to get turned every different which way that it needs to. So we'll end off here. And then tomorrow night, hopefully, we can figure out what's going on with these miniature nether portals so we can get our oil distillation running again, because it's not running anymore because we are full up on naphtha. And we can get this out of here and get it up where it needs to go and get all the rest of this stuff piped up. See what fuels we're getting out of these things that we can burn off to get us more power and make a whole lot of more tanks. Because we're going to have to store a whole bunch of stuff until we figure out what all we're doing with it. And maybe tomorrow night we can actually get to nitric acid. Start getting that made. And get that nitro diesel made. Because we got a lot of that down, a lot of diesel down there. We could do glycerol trinitrate with nitrogen, water, and carbon. I hate the way they make glycerol in this. I'm definitely going to try to get on and do that video in the morning. So the way Bloody did getting glycerol on this is really annoying. Because I don't see a way in there to get glycerol other than with the ethanol, methanol, fish oil, stupid thing. It's the only way I'm seeing to get it, and that's just annoying.
Well, when you planning to do the video on the chemical reactor stuff?
When what?
When you planning to do the video on chemical reactor stuff?
In the morning.
Okay.
Depending on what Junior has planned, sometime tomorrow. I'm not sure when. Sometime tomorrow morning.
I'll probably upload them both tonight. Then with the with that one change I told you about earlier, so that you have that.
Okay. Well, you all have a good one. And I will see you guys later. See if Junior has any more weird notions up his ass. And if not, we'll be back with Vault Hunters of GT6 in a few hours. And then back here again tomorrow night for more GTI. Later.